With a vibrant 5-inch display and quad-core processor, does the Nokia Lumia icon have what it takes to compete with some of the best Android phones today on the market? I'm Chang Wen for Gotta Be Mobile. Join me in this video review as we take a look at the Nokia Lumia icon for Verizon Wireless. The Nokia Lumia icon is Verizon's first flagship Windows Phone 8 device to compete against the AT&T Nokia Lumia 1520. Rather than an unwieldy 6-inch display, the icon sports a more modest 5-inch display, which makes it a little bit more comfortable to hold in the hands and definitely a lot more comfortable to pack in your pocket when you're not using the smartphone. The device does have a 5-inch Full HD 1080p display, which is vibrant and colorful and is very readable even under direct sunlight. It has a slightly curved display that uses Gorilla Glass 3, and the icon has somewhat of a more muted and understated design. Unlike Nokia's other flagship devices that uses the Fabula design, the Lumia icon has a design that's very reminiscent of the Nokia Lumia 928, with more angular or straight side edges and a back that curves slightly towards the rear. So it's not a pillow top design with curved sides and a curved back that curves upwards where the screen attaches. What's new in this iteration is that the side is made out of machined metal now, so it's machined aluminum side and a polycarbonate back to keep things rather light and trim. However, despite the use of polycarbonate and metal, the icon does feel substantial and it definitely feels a lot heavier than some of the other 5-inch smartphones on Android today, such as Samsung's Galaxy S4 as well as Sony's Xperia Z. Despite that fact, the Nokia icon does have some of the most commendable specs, including a 20 megapixel Carl Zeiss camera that captures photos with amazing clarity and detail. The Zeiss camera does have optical image stabilization, which means that you can take the pictures in low light without the need to use the dual LED flash even to have brightly lit images. This is very convenient if you're in a dark place such as a museum or a bar, where using the flash would be not prohibited, as in the case of a museum, or at a bar where it would be obtrusive or not as discreet as you would if you would take it without the flash. So this is a very nice feature to have. Additionally, when you're recording video, the optical image stabilization records blur-free video footage, so that way you don't have some of the shakes and the motion blur that would come along with hand-holding the phone. So this way your viewers won't get too much motion sickness or seasickness when they're watching videos recorded using the 20 megapixel camera on the back and reviewed on a full large screen HD TV display. When we're talking about video recording as well, the Nokia Lumia icon actually has 4 microphones that help to cancel out background noise. But the real interesting thing about the 4 microphone is that Nokia calls it the Nokia Rich recording feature, and it actually records videos, video audio and stereo surround sound. So you get isolated stereo sound, so if you're recording video and the audio is coming from the left hand side, you're gonna hear it from the left channel, and then if it's coming from the right hand side, if you're playing it back on your TV for example, you're gonna hear it from the right channel. So it gives it a full stereo audio experience as well. On the smartphone, to experience this, you would have to plug in headphones to experience the true stereo sound isolation. But it is a very nice feature, and Nokia is not only gunning for serious photographers, but also for serious videographers as well. With the Nokia Lumia icon, serious photographers would benefit from Nokia's Pro Camera app, which gives you fine-tuned controls for such things as ISO, exposure compensation, focus, and white balance, for example. So you do have quite a bit of features with the Nokia Pro Camera app. And speaking of the camera, one of the hallmark features of Windows Phone is the trio buttons on the side, which you have the volumes up and down, the power button, and here is the dual stage camera button. If you press and hold it, it would launch the camera app as you would find on previous Windows Phone. Additionally, the camera app, if you press in lightly, it would focus, and then you can press in hard again to manually or to physically capture the image. And we talked a little bit about the boxy edges, and this phone is rather boxy, but the nice thing about the boxy edge is that you can actually set the phone down on the edge and it would stand up. And while this doesn't sound like something that's all that important, it is actually quite important for photographers who don't want to carry a tripod grip for the phone and a tripod mount. So this way, if you're, for example, on a family vacation and you're in a cottage and you have a group shot that you want to be in and you want to take a picture, all you would have to do is find a suitable shelf or an appropriate height table, and then you can set the phone this way and then set the timer so that the camera will capture it in like 2 or 5 seconds, and then you can run into the group shot to be in the camera shot that way. There's also a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, which will allow you to have full HD video recording using the front-facing camera. However, the front-facing camera only takes pictures in 1 megapixel file format, so it doesn't make use of the full 2 megapixel front-facing camera image. Aside from that, you do have the standard live tiles through the Windows Phone start screen here. And with the full 1080p and a larger, more roomy screen real estate, what you'll notice is that you have an extra row of icon here to the right. So on previous phones like the Nokia Lumia 1020, it would just have these 2 rows of icon, or the 2 rows of bigger icons here, and it would end where this long icon stretched out. But now you have an extra row, so it gives you more information on the screen without having to scroll too much vertically. So it gives you glanceable access to all your information. And if you swipe over to the right, you would have a detailed list of all your installed applications. And with the Snapdragon 800 processor, what you'll notice is that applications launch a lot more quickly and a little bit more fluid, but you're not going to see that much of a performance gain because Windows Phone is already optimized for more conservative hardware. All in all, the Nokia Lumia Icon with the optical image stabilized 20 megapixel Zeiss camera, dual LED flash, and rich recording is a very highly capable piece of equipment, and photographers and videographers should take a serious look at it. However, it still feels like the platform is maturing, but is not quite yet matured. So you won't find some of the more serious improvements until Nokia updates this with Windows Phone 8.1. And we've seen a lot of rumors about Windows Phone 8.1 rumored right now. So hopefully we're going to see more of the of a unified notification system, separate volume controls, because right now if you adjust the volume, it's the same volume control for both the ringer, the notification, as well as for multimedia. So the same volume would be playing for watching videos as well as for the ringtone that you have set on the phone. So with Windows Phone 8.1, you can set different volume controls there, supposedly based on the leaks that we've seen. So overall, this is still the best Windows Phone device on Verizon's network, and it is one of the best. It's only the second Windows Phone device to feature a quad-core processor and full 1080p display. And unlike the first one, which is available on AT&T, the Lumia Icon is more manageable. It fits in your hands more comfortably. So this is a great phone. But when compared to other flagship devices like Samsung's Galaxy S4 and even some of the newer ones that are coming out or rumored to come out, including those from LG, Samsung, and HTC, it's yet to be seen how the Lumia Icon will stack up to those devices. I'm Chung Nguyen for Gotta Be Mobile. Visit us at gottabemobile.com and search for the Lumia Icon review, where we will give you our full thoughts and opinions on the smartphone. Thanks for watching and join us next time.
Hi guys, this is Giridhar for Phonalicious. I'm here in New York for the Social Media Week, and I got a chance to play around with the new Nokia Lumia Icon. And here are my first thoughts and a hands-on video on the new Nokia Lumia Icon. The Nokia Lumia icon is a great device. I love it for the design. It's got a great design language there, and it's got a metal rim on all its sides. You see the USB port at the bottom, and on the left hand side you would find practically nothing there, and it's so smooth and plain. It's got the metal edges along the rim, and on the top you would find the 3.5 mm audio jack along with the nano SIM tray. Yes, it uses nano SIM card just like the 1520. On the right hand side you would find the physical buttons, the volume rocker, the power button, and also the dedicated camera shutter key there. On the front you have this gorgeous 5-inch display, which is an AMOLED capacitive touchscreen. It's got capacity to handle resolution from 1020 by 920 pixels. Putting 1020 by 1920 in a 5-inch screen would give it approximately a pixel density of 441. The display is protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 3 technology, and the back of the device is totally flat, and it houses the 20 megapixel pure view camera, and it's got the usual Carl Zeiss optics just like any Nokia Lumia top-end device. It's got the camera's got optical image stabilization, autofocus, and a dual LED flash, and I would say it's a great camera. The 20 megapixel camera is totally complemented by the awesome Nokia ProCam application, which is now called the Nokia camera. So it's gonna do all the magic which the Nokia Lumia 1020 introduced to us. On the hardware side, the Nokia Lumia icon is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 chipset, and the processor is like quad-core 2.2 GHz Crate 400, which is very much the same which we got in the 1520, and it's also got the same graphical processing unit, the Adreno 330, and the Nokia Lumia icon runs on Microsoft Windows Phone 8, and it's the latest version. The Black Edition is running on it. You get it out of the box. So the device is powered by a lithium-ion battery of 2420 mAh rating, and it's supposedly to have a good battery backup compared to the earlier lineup of the Nokia Lumia series. And that's about the hardware. So on my thoughts, I think that the Nokia Lumia icon is a great device, especially with the design. Nokia has nailed it. It's kind of the Nokia Lumia I series is evolving with every device that's been launched in the market, and Nokia Lumia icon is a great example for this evolution. It's what the 1520 must have been, but 1520 is kind of totally targeting to a different segment which prefers a phablet device, and now we have got the same gorgeous features and functionalities from the 1520 put inside a smaller box and put inside a smaller form factor, and Nokia is calling it the Nokia Lumia icon, and I would say this is an iconic phone, an iconic design coming from the Nokia Lumia house. The device is very comfortable to hold in your hand. It's not a big device. It's for people who prefer a smaller device in their hand. It's not as small as an iPhone, but it's a great device to hold, and it's ergonomically well designed, and it feels so comfortable holding the device and handling in one hand. To some people, the design of the device may not be a great head turner, but to me, it is what a mobile phone must be, and it's got a perfect design to it. The flat back and the flat front, and the neatly rounded edges, with a nice form factor to it, for 5-inch, comfortable to hold in your hand, and a great color combination. It's got the black and white, and it's a great design, and I love it. So that's it from my end, the Nokia Lumia icon, and signing off from New York, this is Giridhar. If you like the video, just hit the like button below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Hey guys, Mike here, the Detroit Borg, with a look at the Verizon exclusive Nokia Lumia icon, also known as the Lumia 929 for Verizon. This is their flagship Windows phone. This is running Windows 8.0. It's a 5-inch phone with a full 1080p display, AMOLED, with a pixel density of 441. It has pretty high-end specs. Has the Snapdragon 800 processor clocked at 2.2 gigahertz, 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, which is not expandable. There is no SD card slot here. It's also using a nano SIM, so it's got the small SIM, the same one that the iPhone uses. Has wireless charging built in with NFC technology, and has a 20 megapixel pure view camera, which is a really excellent camera, which we're going to take a look at here. Alright, so let's crack into this and take a look. Alright, so I'm just going to pull the sleeve off. I'm going to lift the lid, and I should say that this really isn't a pure unboxing because I have opened this already. It's a review unit from Verizon. I haven't taken the plastic off yet, but I have been using it. So there is our phone. This is available in white or black. I actually think it's a great looking phone. We're going to set that aside for just a moment and take a look at what they've included. So you can see we have our standard pamphlets and paperwork in different languages, a user guide, safety warranty information, that sort of thing. We have a micro USB cable. There you go, for charging and syncing it. And then we have a wall adapter, Nokia branded. And you can see it's still got the plastic on it. Pull that off, get a nice glossy finish. There you go. Alright, so let's get to the phone. Alright, so taking a look at the icon, let's remove the plastic. And as you can see, the plastic actually tells you a little bit about the buttons and ports, and we're going to take a look at those. Peel off the plastic here, got a little tab. On the back, we have another label here which we'll peel off. Now taking a look at the design of the icon, they've done some really interesting things here, starting off with the glass on the front. So we have this kind of chamfered edge. If you look at the glass, you kind of see it has this nice polished edge to it. So when you roll your finger across the display, it kind of is rounded toward the edges. It also creates this kind of jeweled effect. I think it's kind of nice. This is using Corning Gorilla Glass 3, so it's pretty scratch resistant, pretty durable. But of course, if you drop it, you have a little more surface area to contact and shatter, potentially shatter or scratch the glass. So that's something to keep in mind. On the back, you have this polycarbonate panel, which is available in black or white, but around the edges you actually have this nice metal band as part of the antenna structure. So if you look really closely here, you kind of see it looks pretty seamless, especially in the black version, but it creates this nice seamless design with this nice rigid, cool touch of metal. It's a really nice, I think it's a great design, nice build quality and construction. If you look even closer, you can see we have our antenna breaks actually toward the bottom here that surround the micro USB charging port. You can kind of see the metal etched here for some of the information. Around the right side, you'll find your standard Lumia or Windows controls. So as you can see, we have our volume rocker at the top, sleep wake button, and our dedicated camera key. So you can launch the camera just by tapping that button, and if it's locked, you just tap and hold it to launch the camera. As you can see, there's also this polished metal, which goes nice with the black. Up top, you'll find your headphone jack, which again is center mounted. I'm not a big fan of this. I know Nokia likes to do this. But it does have those antenna breaks on either side as well. And this is your nano SIM tray, which you pop off with your fingernail, which unfortunately I can't do at the moment. On the back, you'll find your PureView 20 megapixel Carl Zeiss optics camera. This also has a dual LED flash right next to it. It also has optical image stabilization. So it's full optical image stabilization. Again, very interesting software features in here which we're going to explore. And then you can see we have one of our pinhole microphones up here. We have another one down here. One of them is a noise cancellation microphone, but it's also for stereo pickup for video. So you do get stereo pickup for video recording. And then we have our single loud mono speaker. So up top we have our Verizon branding and our earpiece. You also find this 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, which is only good for 720p video. Now toward the front we have our Windows controls down here. If you look really close, you also see another pinhole microphone for your voice. So this is the mouthpiece. So we have search, home, back, and if you tap and hold the back button, it takes you to the multitasker. Alright, so let's go ahead and boot this up for the first time and take a look. So I'm going to tap and hold the power button. Alright, so as you can see, we have our Windows Phone interface, and we already have some notifications popping up here. So if you tap on that, it takes you to whatever app pushed that notification. Alright, so let's go ahead and explore the user interface, starting with a lock screen. So as you can see, some of your notifications will appear on your lock screen, so I just let you know that they're there. You also see some of your information toward the top, such as your battery status, your connectivity. Right now I'm connected to LTE. And then I can swipe up to unlock. Takes you to your home screen, which you can slide through. This is that live tile interface, which is highly customizable. You can swipe right to see all of your available apps. So not all of them appear here, so just the ones you want appear here. And these are resizable, so for example, you can tap and hold on them. So you can resize these tiles, and it depends on the apps. Some of the apps dictate exactly what size options you have, and you can unpin it from that home screen. And they're still here, so if you go here and you want to repin it, all I have to do is tap and hold on it and pin to the start screen. And I just have to move it back to where it was. and resize it. There you go. Now, of course, we have this live tile interface. So, for example, the weather app is showing us the current weather conditions. Our contacts are showing us our thumbnails. And then we have our Photos app showing us our photo gallery. So it's always active, always showing you some information. And of course, you can continue adding more and more apps. You also have popular third-party apps such as Instagram, which I did download from the App Store. So you do have that app if that's important to you. And as you can see, you have your interface unique to the Windows Phone experience right down here. You can also tap on that to get to more information such as settings. It takes you directly to the app settings. So here you can see we have our sort of unique Windows interface adapted for this app. Which is mostly like a tabbed view. All I have to do is swipe through it. Now to get to the multitasker, tap and hold the back button, and you can see all the apps you've launched recently. And what you can do is close them like this if you prefer, or you can launch them like that. And again, let me show you how to close them. Just tap that. Now you can't swipe them out of the way like you can with some other operating systems that have this sort of multitasker. Now, in addition to swiping right, you can also just tap the arrow right there. It takes you to all of your apps. You also have this little search icon, so if you want to search your apps, brings up your keyboard, and you can go ahead and search for specific apps instead of trying to find them through here. Now, Windows Phone is all about the full screen experience, so they try to eliminate the extraneous information. So if you want to get to it, all you have to do is tap on it, and it bounces back into view. So again, you see your battery information and your connectivity. Now, in terms of some of the basics, so for example, if you go to your volume rocker, you can see you get the little volume indicator up here. If you want to set this to vibrate or ring, you can also do that by tapping up here. Now, this interface is highly customizable, so if you go to settings, go to theme, you can see the default is Verizon Red, but you can change that to any number of colors. So for example, if you want to go to this blue color and click done, go to your home screen, you can see it's now this sort of blue theme. Go back to settings and we can do a few other things such as change the backdrop. We can change the backdrop to a light theme, so if you prefer a white background, you can do that as well. So you can see how that looks. Now if you tap and hold the home button, it takes you to your voice command. Show me the weather for tomorrow.
Searching for show me the weather for tomorrow.
So it's not as sophisticated as something like Google Now or Siri, but it does, as you can see, give you pretty decent results here. How tall is the Empire State Building? Launch Twitter. So as you can see, you're kind of limited in terms of what it can do, but you can make calendar events, you can place phone calls, play certain music, that sort of thing. Now you have to be specific with some actions. So for example, if you want to set an alarm, you can't say, wake me up at 8 a.m.
Searching for wake me up at 8 a.m.
Instead, you would have to say, set alarm for 8 a.m.
Starting alarms.
So again, you have to be very specific with your language in order for a lot of this to work. Now let's take a look at our app selection. So this is a mix of both Microsoft, Verizon, and Nokia apps. So we have some standard apps such as alarms. This is an app that all Windows phones come with, so you can create a new alarm. And as you can see, the interface is uniform across all of these apps. So you got a nice uniform experience. It's pretty simple in terms of its visual design. So it's mostly text, very simple graphics, but still looks really sharp and clean. Now, App Social is a Nokia app. Basically, this helps you to discover new apps based on both your social networks that you've logged into and that sort of thing. We also have Bing Finance, which is a very nice looking app for financial information. And as you can see, as we swipe through the pages here, this is a common theme in Microsoft apps. You also have these icons down here, which take you to your settings, which change depending on what page you're looking at. We also have Bing News. Again, same story, takes you to your top stories and you can move between them. And as you can see, you have your settings down here. You get your quick badges down here, but you can expand them just by tapping that little indicator in the right. You can go directly to your settings without leaving the app, which is nice. You have Bing Sports as well. Takes you to your sports scores. You can refresh your feeds. You can also search and take you to your top sports stories. Again, very nice, good looking app. Bing Weather, another nice app. Takes you to your weather, uses your geolocation, so it knows I'm in Rochester. We have the Calculator app, again, same experience you get on most Windows phones. We have the Calendar app, which again is very clean and simple. So we can go to our month view right here and move between different months and tap on the day to get to your expanded view. Now we also have the standard Microsoft Camera app, which is a much simpler camera app than the one that Nokia has also included, which they call Nokia ProCam. So if you go down here, you'll see it, Nokia ProCam, which we'll explore a bit later. We also have Creative Studio, which is another Nokia app. This allows you to edit photos. So for example, let's go ahead and take this photo I just took last night. So as you can see, a variety of filters you can pick from silver to ivory to seashell. We even have one called jade, which is kind of interesting. So let's go with opal here. We're going to select that. And again, we have these icons down here. If you don't know what they mean, just tap that. It reveals their badge name. You can go to edit, and you have several options here. Again, it's a very slick, clean-looking app. So you can also swipe between them. You can blur it, play it, so you can do color pop and collage. I'm not going to go through all of these. You can adjust color balance, brightness, clarity, and vibrance, fix, crop, rotate, fix red eye, and it goes back to the blur, which is the original item we were looking at here. Now what I want to do here is go to focus shift. Whoops, there we go, focus object. And then what you do is basically select an area that you want to focus just by circling it. Let's go into landscape. Click next. And so that will blur the background. What I'm going to do is circle the object I don't want blurred. Click next. So it basically brings that into focus, and we can click apply and save that to our photo gallery. So this gives you some editing options. So it's kind of similar to something you can do on Instagram, but quite a bit more powerful. Now we also have our sharing options, which include messaging, Google Mail, Instagram, OneNote, Twitter. So you can see that third-party apps also appear under sharing, which is also nice. Similar to Android, but unfortunately iOS doesn't do that. Now we also have DataSense, which is a way of managing our cellular data usage. So if you want to set a limit, you can do that. This also tells you exactly how much you've used to date. We have games, so this is just Microsoft's game store. So here you can purchase new games. As you can see, I've logged into my Xbox account, even have my avatar right there. And I can see all my Xbox friends and that sort of thing. So all of that is manageable from here. That's pretty familiar to other Windows devices. Google Mail, so I have my Google Mail app. Help and tips, again, that's pretty self-explanatory. Now we also have Here Maps and Here Drive Plus. Here Maps allows you to preload maps, so you don't have to depend on network connectivity for your maps. And then Here Drive Plus is just the navigation app, so you have turn-by-turn voice navigation with 3D mapping. We have the Internet Explorer app, of course, an essential. Messaging, music plus video, so this is where you can purchase music and videos from the Microsoft Store. And then we have NFL Mobile, My Verizon Mobile. We also have our messaging app, again, a nice clean interface. We have our music plus videos app. This allows us to download music and videos from the Xbox or Microsoft Store. Now we have a really interesting app here called Nokia Screen Beamer. So if you select this, basically it directs you to go to beam.nokia.com, so you can broadcast the display of this device to a web browser. So let me show you how this works. Now the app is directing me to scan the QR code on the website. Basically all I have to do is hold it up, automatically scans it, and pairs the device to the web browser. So now I'm seeing exactly what I'm seeing on my Nokia phone. Now you can see it's not the smoothest frame rate, but you can be connected to either Wi-Fi or a cellular network for this to work. It's pretty seamless and pretty painless. So again, you can go to your home screen, you can see exactly what's on your home screen, you can open up any one of these apps and see exactly what appears there. So it works pretty well. It's not the smoothest experience, but it's a really slick solution for getting what's on your phone onto your computer. Now as you can see, you also have portrait and landscape orientation, so even if the device is in portrait mode, just by rotating the device, you do get landscape on your display. So the app doesn't have to support landscape mode for that to work. Now the Nokia Cinemagraph app is kind of a way of taking an animated photo. Basically, when you hold the camera still, it records a photo and records the action elements in that photo and then can animate those separately. So it's kind of hard to demonstrate, but what I did is recorded a video or a cinemagraph of my dog. So what you can't tell here is that when I recorded the image, basically it identified the fact that her head was moving, and so it can select only that area of the photo to animate while the rest of the photo is still. Now it's not necessarily useful here because her body wasn't moving anyway, but for example, if you're in a scene where somebody is jumping or tossing a ball or moving across the floor, it can actually pick that action element out and only animate that element so it looks like the person is the only person moving in the photograph. So again, it's kind of an interesting effect here, and of course you can publish this to share with other people, but of course you do have to use Nokia services in order to share that photo because it's a non-standard format. Now we also have Nokia Storyteller. This is an app that automatically turns your photos and videos into albums depending on the location and date they were taken. So for example, if you go on that vacation to Hawaii, it will automatically group them together because of your location and the date they were taken, and of course you can share those, and that aggregates both photos and video. And of course we also have our Office suite, which includes Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and they do give you some sample documents here. This is mostly for viewing more than editing, but this gives you control over those things. And of course you can log into your Microsoft 365 account or Office 365 account. You have your People app for your contacts, your phone dialer, photos, settings, store, and you have my Twitter app, Verizon ringtones, voicemail, Verizon Navigator, which is a paid subscription service to navigation, the Wallet app, and the Weather Channel app, which came pre-installed. Now under settings I have lots of options. So I have system or applications. So under system I have my ringtones and sounds. So here I can pick my ringtone. Right now Verizon Cube is selected. As you can see, it's in Verizon red, indicating which one is selected. But if I want to change that, all I have to do is select it, go back and change it back if I want. You can also play it here. So there you go. And let's go back here. You can see that we can also change our IM tones, voicemail tones, new mail, reminders. You can also enable key press, lock and unlock, camera shutter, and other notification sounds. We have internet sharing here, so we can enable that just by toggling on and off. We have email and accounts, so you can see the ones I've already added, Microsoft account, Google, and Twitter, so I can manage those here, and I can add additional accounts from Outlook, Hotmail, Backup Assistant Plus, which is a Verizon product, Nokia account, Yahoo Mail, Google, IBM Notes Traveler, Facebook, LinkedIn, and other accounts. You can also add your IMAP accounts through this, or your POP accounts. We have our lock screen, so here we can modify certain things that appear on the lock screen. So right now, my background for the lock screen is Bing Weather, which I just enabled through the app. And we also have other things. For example, you can choose what apps appear in the quick status, so you're limited to a certain number of them. So phone, messaging, mail, and voicemail. And they gave you one to modify, and I added Instagram, but you can also select different ones if you want. So you can see Instagram Beta is there. Again, it supports third-party access to that feature, so that's nice. We have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Tap and Send, which uses NFC technology to share files or other things between phones. Battery saver mode, so here you can enable this. It tells you a little bit about your battery life as well. Keyboard, language and region, brightness, I'm just kind of skipping over things. Backup, ease of access, speech, Find My Phone. So Find My Phone is kind of like Find My iPhone. If you go to, windowsphone.com, you can use geolocation to find your phone. Again, it's a nice feature to have built in. Now under display, you'll find sunlight readability. So this improves screen readability in bright sunlight conditions. Battery saver brightness reduces screen brightness when the battery saver is active, or when battery saver is active. You can also change your color profile here by going to adjust, and you can manually adjust this if you want. They give you some sample photos to test out. Now under audio, we have our equalizer, which is supplied by Dolby headphones. So this is a equalizer geared toward higher quality over headphones. Storage check tells us about the storage. Right now you can see I have about 22 gigs available to me. Right now it's checking it. There we go, 29 available, only 6.1 of that is used. Call and SMS filter, so you can block certain numbers from receiving calls or messages. And touch, so here you can change your touch sensitivity. And the great thing here is if you go to high, you can actually use gloves with this device. Now let's take a look at the camera app, which you can launch from a locked state just by tapping and holding the dedicated camera key up here. And also, if you're unlocked, all you have to do is hit that once, and it takes you right to the camera app. So it's really easy to get to the camera, which is a great feature here. So you can tap anywhere on the scene to focus. It uses the LED as an AF assist light, which is quite nice. And then you can tap your shutter release to take the photo. It does a pretty quick job focusing and taking that photo. Now you can swipe in from the right edge to get to your controls. So we have our white balance, which you can leave to auto, cloudy, sunny, fluorescent lighting, or incandescent lighting. We have our focus mode, so we can select manual focus or infinity focus. And as you can see, this basically acts as your focus ring. We also have ISO, so we can select our ISO. It goes all the way up to 4000, and you can leave it back to auto. We have our shutter speed. So this goes all the way up to 4 seconds, or all the way down to 1/16,000th. And then we have our exposure level. So you can leave it to default, or overexpose it, or underexpose it. So when you're done with your settings, just tap the shutter release, and you're good. Now we can also launch our video recorder just by tapping the video icon and hit record. We also have pinch in and out to zoom, which is pretty smooth here. As you can see, it almost has an automated effect when you pinch in and out, which is kind of neat. Now when you take a photo in this app, you actually take two photos. You take a 5 megapixel photo and a 20 megapixel photo. So if you go to this icon up here, it takes you to the 20 megapixel photo, which you can crop yourself. So instead of zooming in on your scene, you just take your photo and crop on what you want. So you can go to crop and you can go ahead and save it. So you're working with a lot of megapixels with that high resolution sensor, and it gives you a lot more flexibility after you take your photo. Now in terms of camera performance, this is one of the best cameras I've used to date. So again, we have 20 megapixels to work with, so you have excellent sharpness with very low color noise. Works great in low light conditions. As you can see here, I used the flash and it did a pretty nice job bringing out even the smallest detail here. In low light conditions, also works really well. It's really stable and sharp. Again, we have optical image stabilization, so it's able to expose the scene properly. So you can see it's not too blown out and not too dark, with very little color noise. One of the best cameras I've used in terms of low light performance. And again, lots of detail here, so let's get to my good shot of my dogs. It could be a faster camera. It tends to be a little slow, but that's normal because it has to focus. There you go. You can see it's not too blown out, even though we have really deep contrast here and really bright light from the sun coming through the door. So a really nice camera. Now in terms of size comparison, here we have the iPhone 5S with its 4-inch screen versus the 5-inch screen we have here. So you can see it's not tremendously bigger than the iPhone. 5 inches is kind of on the normal side in terms of smartphones these days, unless you're the iPhone, of course. So 5 inches to me is just about perfect. You don't want to go too much bigger than this because you lose one-hand ability. But here you can see I can wrap my hand around the device and touch my fingers, so I can reach around the device without being too clumsy here. I find the phone to be pretty ergonomic. We have these nice angular edges, which doesn't take away too much of the space around the phone. Gives you a nice grippable edge here to hold on securely, and when it's on the table, it's easy to pick up without problem. It's kind of similar to the iPhone in that respect. It's very comfortable in the corners, even though we have sharper corners here, but the back of the phone is angled or rounded, and the corners themselves are rounded, so they're pretty comfortable. So it looks like an angular, blocky, industrial phone, but it's actually really comfortable to handle. Now if we compare this side by side with an iPhone, you can see both of them have angular sides, which create the illusion that they're thick phones rather than thin phones. Of course, the Nokia also has the bump out on the back and the front, so it's actually much thicker than the iPhone. But if you look side on, if you just look at the flat side, you can see they look very similar, but the Lumia definitely is thicker. So in conclusion, I'm really impressed by the Icon, both in its design and feature set. So I think this is one of the best looking Windows phones I've seen, and it's not too big and not too small. So on the back we have this nice smooth polycarbonate texture, really high quality, with that metal band around the edge. Gives you that nice, cool to the touch metal finish with that nice rigid finish. Seamless design, just beautiful construction. They've done a really nice job here. We have that 20 megapixel pure view camera with all these software features that come with it, including optical image stabilization, stereo audio pickup, which is excellent for video. And we have pretty decent audio on this, even though it's a mono speaker. Again, that beautiful 5-inch AMOLED display, which works great outdoors in bright sunlight conditions and just looks sharp and clear with deep contrast, with that nice kind of jeweled-like front display with that chamfered edge. Really nice to feel and handle. So just a really nice phone overall in terms of its design and its ergonomics. It's about the perfect size, perfect weight, just feels high quality with a nice camera. And of course we have Windows Phone, which of course is not for everybody. This is an ecosystem that is still pretty much dependent on Microsoft. You can't really integrate Google here, so if you're dependent on Google, it probably isn't the best phone you're going to look for. And of course Apple is pretty much locked down to iOS, so you're going to have to really get fully integrated into Microsoft if you want to fully leverage this phone. There's not a lot of third-party apps, but most of the apps are here, including Instagram. Unfortunately, apps like YouTube aren't here, but of course you can download third-party apps that replicate YouTube the YouTube app from Google. So certain things will not appear here, and of course apps are slow to arrive on the Windows Phone platform if they arrive at all. So that's something to keep in mind, but most of the core apps are here. Now the Windows ecosystem is very mature. There's lots of services here baked into it. So you're not really missing out on anything. You just have to be fully invested into Windows in order to take advantage of it. So that is the Lumia icon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. What's up guys, Mike here, the Detroit Borg, and I'm using the front-facing camera of the Lumia icon. Again, this is 1.2 megapixels, 720p. This also has stereo microphone, so you should get pretty decent audio. And I have to say the camera quality is pretty nice for 720. So definitely a great camera overall, although it would be nice if it was 1080 to match the PureView camera on the back. So here we are with Zoe and Chloe in the foyer. This will allow me to demonstrate the zoom feature here, which takes advantage of that 20 megapixel sensor. So as you can see, when you zoom in and out, it actually doesn't lose quality, and that's because we have 20 megapixels to work with, so it just crops the sensor for us. So it maintains resolution, and it does so in a smooth way too when you pinch in and out to zoom in on your image. So it's a really nice video camera. And again, we also have optical image stabilization, so a really nice high quality camera. It's definitely one of its standout features.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos de YouTube? Bueno, esto es solo un mensaje de apoyo a todos aquellos chicos nini. Nini significa no trabajar ni estudiar. En el país existen miles de millones. Y bueno, esto es solamente un video de apoyo para decirles que yo sé que pueden algunos días pensar en si quiero trabajar, quiero hacer algo más o conseguirme una vida social, pero es como estar con barreras invisibles, pero es muy raro porque igual como uno dice, yo tengo suficiente con mi mundo virtual o no sé, con toda tecnología digital, en HDTV, televisión por internet, videos en YouTube, televisión peer-to-peer, videos 3GP, todo esto, televisión vía satélite. Entonces, como que uno dice, ya tengo todo lo que necesito aquí, justamente, ¿no? Además, también quiero decirles que no están solos y que, bueno, si tienen acceso a la internet, bueno, lógicamente ahora tienen acceso a internet porque están viendo este video y algunos días pueden pensar, ay cielos, caray, esto es una mierda, mi vida es una mierda, la vida es una mierda por X razón. Digamos, ay, qué familia me tocó, mi papá es mi mamá, mi tal, pero si miran a su alrededor, si miran a los vecinos, a toda su ciudad o a todo bla bla bla, van a ver que todo es igual. y que ustedes no son los únicos así. Ah, también quería decirles, amigos de YouTube, que nunca había hecho esto. Amigos de YouTube, no sé por qué nunca había hecho esto, de decir, de hacer videos más así al estilo videoblog, vlog, livecasting también es otra. Estar transmitiendo las 24 horas tu cuarto o las cámaras de seguridad de tu casa. Es el futuro. Tú tal vez ni siquiera tengas las cámaras o el ancho de banda o las cuestiones técnicas que son mínimas y no costosas, pero bueno. ¿Qué más les iba a decir? ¿Qué más? Android 2500, estás viendo este video, gracias. Luis Fernando López Ortuño, de Tultitlán. Un lugar para vivir, un lugar para divertirse, muy cercano a la Ciudad de México, muy cercano a todo. Tiene línea de metro. Él además es metro aficionado. Le gusta todas estas cuestiones de las señales de televisión y todo esto. Eso es cool. Y todo eso. Y bueno, ¿qué más les iba a decir? Sí, él es por mucho el único que ha localizado mi contenido en internet, mi data, mi videodata en internet, en YouTube. Y eso es muy especial, porque es realmente videos geniales que alguien muy interesado en las cosas interesantes y cool lo localizaría. Y bueno, creo que eso era todo. Igual seguiré haciendo videos de otras cosas que nos pasan, que nos pasa a todos. ¿Han visto esos videos en las redes peer-to-peer? En las redes P2P, por ejemplo, con el programa Chareasa 2, versión 2.2.5.0. Esos videos en donde aparecen GD stuff, you know, boy lovers, KDB, PJK, todo eso, Boy Más Man. Y todas esas cuestiones, Nambla. Y bueno, si ustedes son fans de South Park, saben lo que es Nambla, lo sabrán. Y bueno, Coca-Cola. Bueno, ¿qué más les quería comentar? Es que tengo tantos temas que ni siquiera sé de qué hablar. Ni siquiera estoy seguro si voy a poder subir esto. Porque es en HD y tendré que convertirlo a MPG. Y está en resolución alta. Y convertirlo a 320 por 240 en MPG en formato MP3, en formato más ligero, que arrancaría por lo menos una computadora de 1997 con un procesador AMD K7 de 300 MHz. Bueno, estas cuestiones volverían loco a cualquiera, ¿no? Pues en el mundo digital, todo el mundo usa estos medios, Ustream, Justin TV, todos estos medios de live streaming y todas estas cuestiones que ya hasta te venden en la tienda de la esquina. No necesitas ser un genio o alguien súper dotado para saber de estos medios, porque incluso en la televisión o en medios comunes te promocionan ya estos medios. Qué fácil se ha vuelto, por ejemplo, si eres gay y estás por siempre en el closet y te gustan chavitos, así, güeritos, así, no sé, ya sabes. Qué fácil se ha vuelto con la tecnología. Pues simple y sencillamente descargas la data, descargas el video, lo usas, lo almacenas, haces respaldo en 7 lugares diferentes. Y sí, en internet, en discos DVD, en cualquiera que sea el caso. Además, quería comentarles acerca de sí, PDS de este chico de Tokio, PDS Kaushigaisha. Los que son conocedores ya sabrán quién es. PDR Kaushigaisha. R&W Daken también. Sí, también quería comentarles acerca de que bueno, yo soy este usuario. Sé que nadie va a ver esto, por tal vez 1, 2, 3 personas, y eso es bueno. 1 o 2, 3 personas, que son ganancia. No quiero que me vean en todo el planeta. Además, ¿para qué? Además, ¿sacaría dinero de Google AdSense? Nah. ¿O fama? Nah. ¿Para qué? Ya tengo sexo virtual. Trabajo, no lo necesito. Solo para la Chokis, la coca Coca-Cola y pizzas instantáneas, submarinos de vainilla y litros de leche helada para los submarinos de vainilla también. Esto es super X, pero es información útil de lo que pasa hoy en día, de nosotros, los nini. Sí. Y bueno, ya les hablé de... también quiero decirles acerca de cuánta tecnología es lo mínimo que pueden tener. Bueno, lo mínimo es una laptop, un smartphone o un celular cualquiera. Puede ser uno de estos celulares Huawei Huawei, celulares asiáticos. Puede ser sin Android, para que tomen simplemente el video feed, la señal de video, de todo lo que quieran. Y bueno, finalmente un televisor. No, es smartphone, tablet y celular. Celular, laptop y tablet. Esos son los tres: celular, laptop y tablet. Aunque bueno, pueden dejar la tablet para el último, si es que no están mucho fuera de casa. Pero eso sí, la laptop es esencial. Y un celular no muy costoso para el video. Renraku saki yoshiete kuremasen ka? Soukai desu yo. Natori ga arigatou gozaimashita. Korekara mo nitsu oどうと言いますか、未紹介メガヘルツと言います。DOKM DTB です。横浜です。Pueden escuchar el sonido de esta deliciosura llamada Coca-Cola. Todos en el planeta la conocen, todos en el planeta la consumen. Y bueno, seguiría hablando de cosas chidas, cosas chingonas, y todo esto. Además, ¿de qué más podría hablarles? La comida, por ejemplo. Las 5 cosas básicas, según yo, que necesitan diariamente en sus vidas. Ya les hablé de la tecnología. No necesariamente necesitan tener internet de 24/7 todos los días del año. Pueden tener internet, por ejemplo, toda la madrugada y duermen de día, que es la moda, según yo. Y sería lo cool. descargan sus archivos MP3 de música Deep House, los disfrutan sin una conexión a internet y voilà, ahí los tienen para siempre, sin necesidad de una conexión a internet, porque sabemos que solo algo como el 14% de los mexicanos tienen conexión a internet. Y si tienen internet falla, se corta la línea. Tal vez no si tienen cable o satélite, bla bla bla. En cuanto a la comida, ya dije que son Coca-Cola, galletas Chokis, pizzas instantáneas y un extra que serían tal vez submarinos de vainilla y leche. En cuanto a dinero, pueden tener cada 3 años, cada un año, 500 pesos, 200 pesos de reparar una computadora. Y lo disfrutan en lo anterior que dije de la comida. ¿Sí? Y en cuanto a los boys, pueden usar todos estos videos restringidos que se encuentran en estas redes internas, en estas redes hidden, pero que siguen existiendo, no porque no sean conocidas o no se quieren dar a conocer en los medios de comunicación, no significa que no existan y jamás van a desaparecer, porque están hechas por usuarios comunes de todo el planeta, usuarios más que nada alemanes, brasileños, Sao Paulo, Santos, Copacabana, Manaus, Río de Janeiro y Alemania, lo que sería Berlín. Hay un tipo que se llama Paul en Berlín, tiene toneladas de estos videos. Usuario recurrente en Chareasa 2250. Y ¿qué más les iba a decir? Sí. En cuanto a lugares, places you can have, pueden tener el parque local de vez en cuando, cada 6 meses, cada 7 meses, no importa. Siempre y cuando vayan con los que viven en su casa, por aquello de que, ya saben, nosotros nos sentimos más cómodos si vamos con alguien, salimos con alguien, con mamá, hermanos, todo esto. Y en cuanto a otros lugares, pueden disfrutar del centro comercial Aurrera, Soriana, y los demás que existen como Walmart, Sam's, bla bla bla. Hey, friends from YouTube, it's great you are here right now watching my video. Today I'm going to talk to you about this kind of hidden boys who are the entire day on their rooms without any light like this. And you are on your laptop devices enjoying all kinds of video data or any kind of great stuff like, well, you can have videos from YouTube videos from the peer-to-peer networks. You also can enjoy deep house music with your headphones, headphones like these ones, with a branded Sony Electronics Corporation. Over here you can see the logo of these ones. It's very great. And I'm going to talk about the basic touch you gotta have. You gotta have a laptop. Is the primary device you can have. You gotta have without any kind of internet connection. But you know, today, if the neighbor have internet access, you can get in and you can have the free data line, the service for free forever. You can have your videos and favorite music stored on your device and enjoy forever. Also kitty stuff, nude, of course, blondies, 12-year-olds, 12-year-olds. And what else I gotta say to you, my Peter friend? No, that's a joke. Pedophile. Like on the IT Crow series, you remember that episode? The dinner party. What else? Oh yeah, the food stuff. You can have solo the basics. That is, beans and soup, homemade. Made it by your mom. And if you are on the US area and not in Mexico like me, well, you will have instant noodles from Maruchan. Yakisoba is a really good one, with Coke and some chocolate like Hershey's cookies and cream and that kind of stuff. That's the basics. And on the frozen pizza stuff, I don't know what kind of brand you have in the US. Red Baron, I don't know. That one from Minneapolis, Memphis, I don't know. Well, I'm going to talk next right now about money. You actually don't have to have a fortune. Hide it in your room or any kind of hidden place. You know, you are really concerned about having money for, I don't know, you don't even want, you don't even need, but you thinking about, I have to have money. That's not true. The truth is, you can be ultra happy just with the free stuff it coming into you without do anything, pretty much. For instance, you can just if somebody come in and offer to you something, and if that thing you can get access to that, well done. But you will be safe and happy at your room, at your house, with any real friends. Just one friend, virtual friends, just that. Or 0 virtual friends, with you will be happy. Now, the voice, I say already, how you can get virtually. On the real thing, it will be more kind of hard to get them. Especially if you are ultra shy like me. Being ultra shy, it's not a bad thing. It's just like a shield for protect ourselves on this ultra dangerous world we are living right now. And you know about this stuff. You can talk about this with Osama. Well, Osama is no longer on this planet. You know what he did in New York City on 2001. That is a real action movie from the real life. Well, now I'm talking about already touch, food, money, boys. Now we have 4 topics. We have the 5th one. It is the places. You can enjoy the mall, the park, a relative's house. You can go to the downtown city once in a while. What else occurs to me? I have access to my data. It's already full. It's not empty spaces anymore here. Accessing to the data. Jesus, I'm unique. I hope a lot of people going to watch this for real. From Iceland to Australia, Japan. Japan have a lot of great YouTubers. They are super great. United States. Wow. They are really great too. And of course my own country, Mexico. Absolutely. I love you. This is a great country. Besides any kind of weird stuff we have, this is great. You don't have to feel weird because this is great. Part of America and everything. From Alaska to Australia, yeah. On Christmas Island, I can have also a few YouTubers. That would be great. Now, this is Tokyo. Tokyo, Sapporo, Niigata, Nara, 茨城県、宮城県、福島県、all of them. Yes. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my video. This is a YouTuber, the super great YouTuber Héctor Iván Maras de Horta, from Zacatecas City to the world. Of course, the local government not going to pay me nothing for this fuck it up publicity. Nobody knows me, not even my own family, or my neighbors. I don't have friends, real friends, except you, of course. and but I know there are hundreds of billions of boys like me. With more luck, they have food stuff, good instant stuff, noodles, pizza, Coke, cookies, ice cream. That's all. Because their parents are on the minimal line of coolness, of really basic stuff. I'll give it to you. That it's really cool thing, and take care about their own children, their own sons. Alright? I don't want to cut this video because I have a lot of things to say to you. A lot. Really a lot. Visit my other channels on YouTube. I have great stuff from the past. Most of them get deleted. Well, the media don't belong to me, you know. But it remains a lot of good videos about the real life I have here since ever. I have a couple of VHS tapes. I have converted one of Christmas. You can see it on one of my accounts. I think those accounts don't have any problem at all with the YouTube rules, with the YouTube stuff, infringements, that shit. Well, it's not, you know. Probably they are right. They have all of these servers in Mountain View, California, who analyze your data and say, hey, you have a song is not permitted, or oh, that material you just upload, it's a copyright infringement. And you say, wow, I just wanted to share this cool video with my friend in Tokyo, with my friend in New York City, Sao Paulo, in St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota it is, Denver's Colorado, right? LA, Los Angeles, California, Rancho Cucamonga. That is in San Diego? From Cucamonga, no. I don't even know what I'm saying. But I'm going to keep talking because I really feel I need to say all of this stuff. Right here, you can see me. I never put the camera like this. I'm not even sure if my face can fit at this screen, or it disappear, or I'm focused, because I can't connect the video camera to my TV set, because I have to put it in a chair, the cables, the connectors are a lot of on the back part, and I can't even see it, and I can fit with the cables to connect them, because my other TV set get broke by a power failure. My other TV set, yeah, get disabled, no longer can bring service, and that's why I'm just seeing a little screen from here, from 2 meters, 100 meters, I don't know. But I think today I really did it. This is a great picture also of this. My Coke. I don't have Coke every day, just the days when my mom or my dad buys me one. This can be super little one or a super big one, 2 liters, and this little one. Also, when I'm going to my grandma, when the shame disappear, and I'm just going fucking away to that house with my grandma. All right. What else? I need to say this stuff really faster and quickly because this is an HD video. It's probably not, because I'm going to convert it to a lower quality for being possible to upload it to the YouTube servers. But now YouTube have a really great function about if you are uploading a super big file like 10 gigabytes, 7 gigabytes, and your internet connection get gone away, you can continue with the same file, with the same upload at the next day, like for 3 days or 5, or unlimited if the connection detects activity, uploading the rest of the packets, the rest of the data of these video files. So that's really cool. Thanks to that, I can upload videos longer than 3 hours or more. That's cool. Every year, the tech of YouTube and the devices and the general tech advance a lot. That's cool. You just can watch it in a special program of tech without not being afford these kind of devices. You can buy them. You can buy any kind of new devices. They come every day, like the Google glasses. You put it down. Like I think I have no, wait. I don't even know where my glasses are for doing an example of what is putting. Alright, we're going to suppose, we're going to believe this is the Google glasses. You put them here, and these things are capable of take video feed. You are walking on the street like this, and these things can record any kind of stuff you see on the street. It's like a live video footage of your entire life. What about that? I think probably it's too much touch, but it's great. I don't care. I don't even buy them. Probably in the future it's going to be really cheap on costs and more how do we say more brands, more factories who buy them from different providers. But so it's great to be on YouTube. It's great to send this data to the entire world, to the entire planet, and more planets beyond. You can see some stuff from Michio Kaku, the Dr. Michio Kaku, about other planets who see our signals. And the SETI group, this group who captures signals from another universes and planets. I don't know, I think cool stuff, very nerdy stuff, but cool stuff. Especially if you get paid for that. Imagine that. Get paid just for capture inexistent signals and signs. For example, for instance, they are the Intelsat crowd, the Intelsat, the Eutelsat, Satmex, who these people have a teleport, a uplink downlink signal headquarters, and they on these central rooms with dishes and everything, they get paid just for monitoring and adjusting the signals on the satellites and and surveillance if the satellite is in the right direction on their orbits. Well, that's, I think, cool stuff, and they pay you for that. You gotta be telecommunications engineering or something for that. I can work on that until SAT. If you wanted to hire me, you can request my help. I'm an expert. For real. I'm talking really seriously. Hacking signals and everything. The intercommunications with Tokyo, NTT Docomo, KDDA, SoftBank. Yes, I am. Hey, get focus my camera. Like this, like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to put over there my Google glasses. I'm Googling. I'm not Googling. I'm Googling. I'm not Googling. Right here. You can see all my movements. Right here, right now. Oh, wow. Wow. I can going to hear some music right now for get more happy, because I'm probably not happy right now, and I'm going to do it. I can redirect this signal from over there for you to hear, because it's more stuff. I'm very lazy. I'm not going to do advanced stuff because it's just a waste of energy you don't have, because you don't have enough food for it, and create more energy because you don't have a work, you don't have a job. You are super great, super smart for even for upload HD video to YouTube, but not enough probably for keep a job or for even get a job one time. I have a job one time, but my aunt get it for me, and I last like was 4 or 6 months over there. I was doing nothing. I was getting paid. That was great. I did some little advices about computer stuff, and I copy some papers. I walk from one building to another for deliver papers, but that's going to last forever. The company, the boss says to me, they probably watch, hey, this guy probably is not doing nothing and gets paid. And I get fired. Well, but I buy headphones, I buy chocolate cookies and Coke, Pepsi. Pepsi was buying at that time in 2011. From 2008, from 2011, I was a consumer I was a really great consumer from PepsiCo. Pep on the New York Stock Exchange is the letters of that company, PEP. You can consult these finance advices with rich requests from CNN International and CBS Money Watch from New York City, WCBS. This is WCBS News. What's his name? I'm this guy, Terrell Brown.テレビ特急やらせです。テレビ特急 I'm talking right now Japanese. Oh, テレビ特急につなっています。こうつってごめんなさい。これましたおバカたちであとって言いますか、似通してますかと素晴らしい、すごい当て言いますか、ビデオとフィットですか、惜しいです。惜しいコカ・コーラにとっています。メントスコカ・コーラシア PDS 株式会社。 Numa, Numa, yeah. Numa, 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 yeah. The surprises, now what's in me day. Numa, Numa, yeah. Numa, 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 yeah. For a second, I think my camera wasn't recording at all. We have full charge of battery and a great free memory. For my luck, for my good luck. I haven't spent it like a lot of money. I also hack some bank accounts and I never say to the customers, and I practically give for free that money and I never claim for that money. If I say to these customers, hey, I transfer some money to your account and belongs to me because I redirected this money from some accounts on Japan, and I used your account for like a slot. I use it like an item for transport this money to this your account because I wasn't having my own bank account. So, but I also have really great money income in 2009 from some hacks in bank accounts in New York City. Thanks for that, I can afford it my HD digital video recorder and a lot of goods. As you know, common stuff. This is stuff like desserts, cakes, and the stuff who make happy to the cute boys like me. Rurikon. That's a Japanese word. I'm Rurikon. Un hen. One hen. STC. STS. かわいいですね。ロリコンあれます。どうもありがとうございました。どうもありがとうございました。You remember this dance who were this really famous dance, the Nume Numa, when a fat guy appears and begins to dance his own dance he creates from 2007, 2006, something like that. Because YouTube creates the system of YouTube was created in January 2005. I was having an account from 2006 but get deleted. So my first account I have currently up on the network is from 2007. 2007, right? So more great stuff coming in. I think you're going to be right here with me. Stay tuned. Keep me in your subscription lists, and don't forget you on this account can have any kind of great stuff about related with the entire universe. I'm so smart like Michio Kaku, and but I'm also as pedo as was Michael Jackson. And in the same way, I'm kind of stupid, an idiot, like Kramer from Seinfeld. Yeah. Wait. I get an example of a boy like me, like Bud Bundy from that series, for CBS. Like, right? No, wait. Oh, it's just coming in very ancient series. I gotta say about modern stuff. Modern Family. Yeah. I'm like this boy. What's his name? Jake? Yes. There's other boy named Jake from Dodge, the Fox Network series. Yes, I'm as cute as that boy. And I want him. Also, I like SVU. Law and Order SVU. On that episode, when they put it there, appears these super cute boys, and then begins the strange computer guy, or really close friend or a relative approach to the boy, and he take advantage of the boy, and they have their own, and then they going to a hidden place, lock it with the key. Those are great episodes. Or the other episode when a teenage brother get advantage of his little boy bro, and he transmit a show via internet. That was a really great one. I almost forgot to write the name of the episodes or the number of the episodes and then download on the internet. Sometimes the analog signals, the analog networks, don't show you what exactly episode is. And you gotta guess by yourself what is the episode. In case you can see some information related with the episode on the credits, seeing the name of the actors and everything, the age of the episode, and voila, you get the name of the episode. On Open Television System on Mexico, it's on Canal 5 Televisa, México, es llamado La Ley y el Orden, Unidad de Víctimas Especiales. En esos episodios donde salen los niños y salen parientes y el tipo de la computadora que se lleva al niño y bla bla bla. Buenos episodios, ¿no? Hablando de eso, what I did in English and Spanish. In English, that's great. That's better because I get more audience, more people on the planet who can understand me. Absolutely. Well, Yes, I'm going to talk about the TDT, digital television. The HDTV, it's coming to our country, Mexico, and on Tijuana, the analog signals no longer exist. They put it down, and then they reactivate the transmitters because the authorities, the federal authorities of elections, requested put it back just for a short period of time. Meanwhile, the election time passed. The election time passed, and people can receive the proper publicity of the entire election stuff. Now the entire country will be down on the analog signals. 2015, I'm not really sure, but it's going to be difficult get devices, digital devices, in every house in the country. Difficult. I have say like 1,000 words. Like I have to say like 1,000 topics about anything, everything in the universe, and yes. You wondering what is this guy? I'm that kind of guy who nobody knows, who are in a basement, who are almost dying, but I'm not dying. I feel great. I feel okay, I think, and are just waiting for some food from his close persons who are living also on the house. And then you can imagine if these people don't have a job, don't have any money. You can imagine the panorama here. The scenario of this will be super weird. We can compare this probably on the US scenarios when the parents are drug addicts and they spended all the money on drugs and left their children without any food items, or they spended the money on gambling or internet shopping or whatever weird stuff we have today on the modern age. But well, everybody say you have the power for change everything. I don't have even idea of what to do, how to begin, if I can keep the things on that flow or normal stability, normal state. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So I don't need anything else. Oh my god. Oh shit. I'm just wasting a lot of time with this HD video. I'm going to take forever to get up to the YouTube servers. And then I hope the account will be in normal state. And that way the data don't will be a reset at all. Oh. Anyways, I think I'm going to cut this right now. This is the very first time I do a video like this, talking directly to you, my YouTuber friends from the entire planet, and it feels cool, it feels great. I hope bring to you more video footage of my real life. In some places you can have the camera in hand and record all the boys' stuff items because the people get awkward. You gotta have your mobile device, your cell phone, recording with your hand in your pocket, like simulating waiting for a call in your pants, but with the camera pointing to a free space for record everything, as using it like a spy camera or not visible camera, or more, how we can call it, more dissimulated camera, for not get awkward the people on the mall or in public places, or even the manager of the mall. You're going to get banned the camera and pick it up when you're going out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Héctor Iván Almaraz de Horta from Zacatecas City, which is on Mexico, Republican. Is just down from the United States and up from Guatemala, Belize, Central America, Latin America. Yes, we are. I'm already say goodbye, but I'm keep talking. Last thing, faster. The people from around here are kind of poor, are not as super cool as the New York City people. Are poor and uncool. Just probably the 30% or 40% of them are super cool, like the New York City ones. Alright. We are putting off this signal off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.